Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Bayou Sugar Garden. I am Bayou Sugar, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome in. If not, welcome back. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you. Don't forget on your way in, guys, to hit that like button. And if you would be so kind to share me out, just in case there are some of people who may not have received a notification that I am currently live. And for those of you who are live in the chat, let's just do a microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Put a 1 in the chat to let me know that you can hear me. The microphone check and see me. Testing 1 2 1 2. I hear myself. So I think we're good. So, for those of you who are catching a replay, I appreciate you. Please remember to leave me a comment so that I would know that you have been here, as well as it just seemed like it's kind of close up on me. But I guess it's thank you, Breeze. Thank you, Breeze. Leave me a comment if you're catching a replay to let me know that you have been here. And for those of you who are in the bushes, I appreciate you. Hey to you all. I don't have all of my special effects that I usually have because, as you can see, I am currently on StreamYard. I am not on EVMUC. Thank you, Breeze. It's close, but you look good though. Thank you, Breeze. So I don't have my applause, so I will speak to each and every one of you, but I just don't have my applause for you. But just know that you are welcome. So, Breeze Omega, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And the official Jamia, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And again, those who are in the bushes, thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me get this down here. So, as you guys can see, we are doing something a little different here on the at the Bayou Sugar Garden. I got so much going on. I got to, keep it in my head. What we doing? What we doing? This is not the Sugar Shack. This is Bayou Sugar Garden. Welcome in, growing what I eat. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I've been seeing all the wonderful things that you're doing on Facebook, all of your things you got going on in your garden, and you planting new trees and everything. So thank you for sharing that. I've been keeping up with you. So tonight, guys, as you can see from the title, we will be talking. Excuse me. We will be interviewing our very own Miss Georgia Peachnut, and we will be talking with her and interviewing her in reference to her experience with the legendary Martin Luther King. And you guys know that she is very close with the family. She basically grew up around them with them. And I often frequent her lives on Tuesdays, and she's usually live with Mona Sisters of Soul on Sunday nights as well. And um, she was on also live on Monday nights with F.R. Humphrey. And in those lives, I would hear her mention a couple of things that hey Jay Jordan, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And he gifted a membership. Ooh, thank you so much, Jay Jordan. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me see who got it. Oh, Jamia, congratulations. Jamie, I got the membership gifted by Jay Jordan. Congratulations. Okay, Bree say, oh, let me run to the store so I can come back up in here. Yes, yes, come back up in here because she'll be in here letting us know the things that she experienced. I have a couple questions for her. And if you guys have a couple of questions for her, she's comfortable with answering those questions. We will get those answered for you today too. As you know, it's certain things that she probably can't talk about and probably can't say. But y'all know Miss Peachnut, she'll let you know. So, like I was saying, I was in did Jordan say no problem? I was in their lives at night, and she would very often talk about Dr. King and his family and the things that she experienced. And then every year, she participates in all the festivities that they have going on at the beginning of the year in celebration and honor of him, as well as his birthday and his family. And a couple of times on her live, she would have to start late because she would, be attending an event, and then she would have to come in late. And we'd be like, where Miss Peachnut at? So somebody would carry on her live, like Mona would carry it on. And we'd be like, where Miss Peachnut at? And she had be having those events. So um she would come in late, and she'd be all dressed up and nice with a nice little make face made and everything. I think one time she probably still had her hat on. I think so. And then on her channel, if you go to her channel, a couple of times you can see her when she's getting ready to go to church. I'm not mistaken. I do believe she still attends Ebenezer, if I'm not mistaken. I think she still attends that church. But I saw one of her videos one Sunday where she was all dressed up, getting in the car, and somebody opened the door for her. And she got in the car. She was all dressed up in her Sunday attire with her Sunday hat and her nice suit, looking all nice and beautiful. So we have a lot of treasured gems in our community, you guys. And um, she just happens to be one of the ones that I wanted to talk to her about because I've always been inquisitive or curious about um, Dr. King. And it's a lot of questions that I have besides the things that we learned in the textbook, because that's just one person's point of view. But I've always wanted to talk with his family or either someone that's close to family, like family, to get more information about them because I just wanted to know what their life was like. To me, he just seemed, from what we were taught, he just seems so superhuman. Like he's like, I don't want to use the word God, but he's so what's the word? I don't know. I can't even think of the word. I can't even think of the word to describe him. It just seems like he was just so superhuman because of all the things that he accomplished, till it makes you wonder, how does a person like that, feel in their daily life, and how do they come, what happened to them, in before all of this, to make them be the person that we see, that we come to know. And I would wonder, what is it like in their everyday life when he wasn't out on the road and protesting and doing things. I would wonder what he was doing, or what would he be doing, or what it was like with him and his kids, if they was normal just like us. You know how it is with celebrities. You just wonder if they normal. We hold them at such a high esteem. We just want to know if they do normal stuff. Okay, Jay Jordan. Yes, definitely, definitely. Whenever you get a chance, just hit me up. Let's see. Reese said, I want to know about being led into a burning house. Can she talk about that? I don't know. We'll see once she gets there. I mean, gets here. Once she gets here, I emailed her the link, so she'll be here shortly. But that's what we have. If you guys have any other questions that you would like to ask her, um, put them in the chat. And then when she comes, we will definitely ask her, see if those questions are fitting and she feels comfortable enough for to answer them. But that's how it came about. She mentioned something in one of the lives, and I was like, "Ooh, I would love to sit down and talk with her about her experience." Hey, there go my guest. She made it. She made it. So let me get her up here on the screen. Everyone, please welcome to Bayou Sugar Garden, the Miss Georgia Peachnut.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
We
So
can't
glad
hear
to
you.
see
Can
you.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me
Yeah,
okay?
we can't hear you. Are you on mute?
No, no.
No. You
Um,
guys put a one in the chat to let me know if you can hear Miss Peachnut.
yes, can you guys hear
I
me? I
can't
don't
hear her,
know.
but she can hear me.
I can hear you.
You guys put a one in. Oh, okay, I can't hear you on my computer, but I hear you on my phone. Let me see.
Y'all and
Maybe
all
it's my
y'all devices.
headphones.
Y'all know y'all have a lot of devices.
Okay, I hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hey,
That
Officer
is
Jamie,
just
how
crazy.
you doing?
Okay, let me trade my ears. I may have to grab me another set of headphones because I had this problem last night when I was with Big Rooster,
Oh, okay. Hey,
and he
Jay
couldn't hear me,
Jordan,
but I could hear
Breeze
him.
Maker.
Let me
I
grab
just
me
speak to
another
whomever's
set.
out here. Hi, everybody.
I
How you
always
doing?
carry extra.
Growing what I eat. How you doing? I was listening to your short today. I forgot to do something so my folks would know where I was today. See here. Can you hear me now?
Okay, hello.
Hello?
No, it's a setting on my computer. I'm gonna have to go back and fix, but I can listen to you on my phone.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can hear me.
I
No,
can hear
it's
you
a setting.
fine. Uh-huh.
It's a setting on my computer. I'm gonna have to go
You
back
have
and
a
fix, but I can listen
delay.
to you. Oh no.
I'm fine. Okay, I'm doing
Yeah,
fine,
you can hear me.
Azania.
I can hear you fine. Uh-huh. It's a setting on my computer. I'm gonna have to go back.
Just fine. Thank you for asking, growing what I eat, DWI. What's going on with your computer?
So I usually do StreamYard, but today, I mean, I usually do EVMux, but today I'm going through StreamYard since I know that's what you're most comfortable with. And so I might
I'm
just need
just
to clean up my
listen. You should
computer.
have done what you do because I'm just showing up. I'm just showing up. So I want you to do what's working for you. And I just got this hat on. I didn't get dressed, and then you got dressed up for an interview. But I figure I want the people to see me like they see me every
Okay,
day.
thank you so much. So I am on a bit of a delay, but we gonna make it through. We gonna make it
You make
through.
it do what it's gonna do. We fine. Look, we comfortable here. This is the place where I very seldom get to be very comfortable. You know, relax, laid back, chat. Ain't got to be all dressed up and to the who and all that other stuff. Enough of all that. So we good. Now I want you to be able to hear okay though. You are on mute. Now I want you to be able to hear. Oh, the
Yeah.
feedback coming through. Whoa. Why my face always look bigger than everybody else? Y'all so skinny, my face is like blown up. Y'all look so small. I put on my MLK shirt for you guys to mention. This is what we used to wear when we would go and volunteer at the center when it first opened.
I like that shirt. That is nice.
Priceless. My mother was in charge of the volunteers at Teen Center when it first opened. It opened up my glasses in my neighborhood, and we were very, very happy to have it there. So it's been a lot going on in my life. Yes, it is a very nice shirt. And when my mother passed away, I found the box. My mother kept the boxes of shirts. She wouldn't let the kids take
Okay.
them home. And I found a box of them in the garage, and I think someone stole it. Some folks that I was trying to help out and let stay at the house. I think they stole it. Another story. Mm-hmm. Stronger. Okay. So are you
Okay,
kind
so
of
I'm just hearing it about the somebody stole the box of shirts. Lord
yeah?
have mercy.
I had someone in there,
You just
a
can't be
relative,
right
always a relative, who grew up
about the somebody.
and knew that the value of our history, and they were going through some personal things that they shouldn't have been going through with substance, and made the statement because I'm trusting you. You're in the house. I have two places, and I wasn't in the house, and y'all need a place to stay, and I'm trusting you. Made the statement. I know there's some valuable stuff with Dr. P name on it in here that we can make some money out of. Made that statement. I paid it no attention. Well, things started missing, and the box of shirts is one. Um, the um, SCLC training booklet that my mother, she trained under Dr. King at the SCLC. He trained her, and he signed the back of her training book. That disappeared out of the album. So I know who did it, and it just hurt because my mother was saving all of those things up for her children, to pass down, not for someone else to come in there and steal, you know. But it's a story that we all probably are familiar with when you try to help people. Uh-oh. We have gone black. Hello there.
Okay, I just switched from my computer to my phone because I can hear you and see you in good time.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. So we gonna make it do what it do.
Do your thing, girl. We all look. We got time. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, how you
Hey,
doing?
my Renaissance grandma, welcome in. Welcome in. So I was telling the people before you came on how this idea about the interview came about. I was telling them that I would attend the nightly lives that you would be on,
Mm-hmm.
and you would mention about certain things that you were going, events that you was going to, that you usually do during the beginning of the year, and how you would be dressed all nice and everything. And you got on one time, you took us with you to one event, and we
Right,
saw his son,
right,
and
Marty.
you was talking to him and everything. I think I remember you telling him I used to change your diapers.
Yeah,
I said,
I didn't
oh my
literally use to
God.
change it, but he's like my little brother. He was about, let's see, Yolanda was 11, and he was about 9 years old when I first met
Okay.
him. Bernice was 3. Dexter
Mhm.
was 7.
Oh, so you met them, yeah, when they were really young.
Yes, that's why. That's why I don't pay him no attention. I say, y'all, the world looks at you one way, I look at you another way. Okay, I know you.
Right. Yep. I totally understand.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of questions that we okay for you to for me to ask you. You said repeated one again, so I think it was a oh never mind. I see what you did. Okay.
Yeah, you
So
had
the
two
first
ones on there. Yeah.
two ones, I see it
Mhm.
now. That is crazy. Okay.
But they
So
were
my
two
first
different questions, but was two ones.
yeah, it should have been 8 and 9, but it went to one again. But
Oh,
that's okay. We
it's all
got it.
fine. It's fine. We'll wing it. We'll wing it.
Okay, so you basically told me already a little bit, but elaborate on your early life, where you were living when you first met Dr. King.
Well, I kind of sort of knew of him from my mother's work. She was a community leader and district chairwoman, which was put equivalent to a city council person now, and she was over the voter registration and mental health and education and all this, that, and the other, dealing with people in Washington, D.C., working for immigration. So they kind of walked the same walk. But personally, when I was living downtown Atlanta, which
Mm-hmm.
was the place to be. And if anyone wanted to run for office during that time, you had to go through my mother. So she knew everybody. She knew when I say everybody, she knew everybody. All officials, because she helped a lot of people to get elected. And so integration was beginning to heighten up. And before I met them, we went to an all black elementary school. And my mother said, listen, you've got to learn to deal with people of other races. So she took me out of the all black elementary school in the 4th grade. My sister was 5th, put us in Catholic school, Ollie the Wood. And it was still like black students, but the teachers were Caucasian. She said, you got to learn to deal with other people because our community was totally black. We had the black everything, doctors, dentists, lawyers, supermarkets, everything was totally, you know, operational our color.
Yeah.
But she knew that the day would come when you would have to learn to interact. So she put us in Catholic school and she did a slow walk by allowing us to go there and get used to teachers who were a different color being in front of us. And what she did was Catholic school that then graduated 8th grade. My sister, who just recently passed, was 13 months older than me. and we were very close. We did everything together. So my mother's a thinker. She was a thinker. Cut me out of Catholic school after sixth grade, put me back into the elementary school that I was in, left my sister in Catholic school. And so when I went to seventh grade, my sister went to eighth grade. We
Oh,
both graduated a day apart. She said, "You're
what?
gonna thinker." She was thinking because you then in the 50s and 60s, we did things in pairs. You didn't go by yourself no more. You walked
Right.
downtown, you went to the store, and it was always my sister's older sister's name was Linda. Linda and Gail. I had a baby sister. She was 3 years younger than me, but she was always under my mother. So my mother said, "You and Linda go downtown." And kids don't walk like we walk. We walk miles to downtown. Wasn't nothing. We sing a song on the way down there, cut through a building, or something like that. It was too hot or too cold to pay a bill or pick up whatever she wanted to pick up. So anyway, she said, "You're going to go to Grady High School." Henry Grady High School was predominantly white. It was just recently integrated. And you're going to have to ride the bus and transfer. So in her mind, she was like, "You would do this together as a
Yes.
team." So my first year at Grady High School, she and I was there together. We started high school together. The second year, Yolanda came. We called her Yoki, Dr. King's oldest daughter. And I tell this story, and it's because it's funny. I was in what they call the third basement. Great House, a big school. And London, here's this girl flying down the steps. She comes flying down the steps and said, "Help me, help me, help me, help me." And I'm like, "What is wrong with that child? She's a sub freshman. I'm a freshman. You big time, you're a freshman. They don't have sub freshmen no more."
Uh-huh.
And she grabbed my skirt because back then we wore skirts to school and stuff, and ran around my skirt. She said, "Help me, help me." She gonna kill me. And the person that she was running from happened to be a young lady that was, well, let's say, I knew her from a child. I used to babysit her, and my mother and her mother were friends. So
Mm-hmm.
when the young lady came flying down the steps, she went for a bully, flying down the steps, and she was looking like she was just gonna kill her. And she saw me. She pulled on brakes like a cartoon. I said, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Is there a problem?" She said, oh no, we just playing." I said, "Mm-hmm." I said, "Leave her alone," because I knew her. And from that point on, Yolanda was up under me. So
Mm-hmm.
I was her protector at school. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know anything about all that.
Yeah.
Because as a child, your parents may be involved in something, but you're trying to have your child life. You want
Right.
your
Try to
friends,
keep your child.
Yeah. And so she asked me to start spending the night with her, and I did at the same time. And I would spend the night a lot on the weekend, and sometimes during the weekday. And of course, I meet mother. First of all, your mama back then didn't let you go spend the night at anyone's house without them checking it out.
Right.
So mama knew Aunt Coretta. I call her Aunt Coretta because she told me to call her Aunt Coretta, Auntie Coretta. I was okay. But when I told her I needed her to come, Yolanda wanted me to spend the night. She said, "Well, I need to go see where they live and check the house out." So she came over to Sunset, which is where they were living. They had newly moved there. And Mama and Aunt Coretta knew each other from a distance. They traveled in the same circle. They got to be just like that.
Mm.
And I knew I was in trouble. You don't want to go somewhere where your mama know the other person's mama that way up and you can't get by with nothing. You
Yep.
know,
Can't get away with nothing.
nothing. I'm 13, she's 11, and my mother was a smotherer anyway. The mamas that smother you. I went to elementary school, she went to elementary school. She was everything in charge of PTA. She was
Mm-hmm.
Miss Everything. We went to high school. She was up there at high school. I went to college. They said, they said, "Yeah, your mom up here." I went to Morris Brown College. I said, "Where is she?" They said, "She over there." I go in the opposite direction. At Sunset Avenue, intersected with MLK Drive. So she was always at Auntie Coretta's house. So she was always up there at Morris Brown. She was on the board of trustees, not trustees, but on the board of Upward Bound board. She was very active in our lives. So Yolanda and I spend the night at her house. Sometimes she spend the night at mine. And sometimes when I was at her house, now I'm a teenager, so some of the questions you put on there did not apply because Dr. King, was assassinated when he was 29.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been cooking or none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
him and nobody else at them, except for my mom. You know, remember, I'm 13, 14, 15.
Right.
Um, but sometimes when I was over there, he would come home. And the way the house was designed, he'd come up the steps that led into the kitchen. And I keep having this vision of him with his overcoat on and his hat and his briefcase. And he would come right into the kitchen, drop the briefcase, put the hat on, take the coat off. We're sitting at the countertop in the kitchen. We're just, me, Yolanda, and I were just talking, having girl talk. And he come in and he chimed right in with family time.
Yeah.
He did not come home talking about, oh, my day was like this and I'm tired. And you know what? He dropped that stuff out that door.
Mm.
Became a father and a husband.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Loved his children immensely. And what you have to understand is he spent quality time with them because he was gone a lot.
Right. Yeah.
And what people don't understand during the civil rights movement time, those people were not paid to do what they did. And they did it for a time. So what happened is people would make sure they had a place to stay and food to eat, you know, but it wasn't putting money in that time. He didn't die a rich man, you know. He didn't make money off of being a civil rights leader. You know, they didn't make money like that. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. They see people out in the public eye and they're oohing and ahhing, and it's okay. But you have to understand those people who are really serious of doing the groundwork, the boot work, don't get paid. It's free. Ask me how I know my mother was a civil rights leader. Leader, civil rights leader.
Yeah.
She went on a lot of marches with us. And she took us, I went to the March on Washington, 1963, I was 10. And the one for the sanitation workers after he was assassinated, the Corretto did. Those two that we went to. Outside of that, we were left at home with sitters, you know, and relatives. When the community back in the day was close knit and everybody knew everybody, and everybody's lifestyle, you know. But yeah, when I was young, I went to Ebenezer Baptist Church, but I went to Wheat Street Baptist Church first. But because I was spending the night at their home so much on the weekend, I ended up going to church with them.
Mm-hmm.
Ebenezer Baptist Church. Y'all need to come to Ebenezer Baptist Church on Sunday night and have a little service for them. Come
I
on
was
now.
just telling them, I think she still go there.
Oh yeah, 57 years. Yes. I'm a 50th
Wow.
anniversary person. Yeah, we just had our 139th anniversary 2 Sundays ago. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
But my roots initially was at Wheat Street Baptist Church, which was also another freedom fighter church. And they helped a lot of meetings down there. Reverend William Home Borders, Reverend William Home Borders. And so it's blocked down the street from Ebenezer, kind of two opposing churches in a way, you know. And then when I started going to church, spending the night with Yolanda, I would go to church with them, with Arcoretta, and sometimes with Arcoretta and Dr. King. And sometimes when Dr. King was in town, if he preached at Ebenezer, you know how some churches ask you to come and be their guest preacher for an event. We would have Reverend Bennett would drive, Dr. King up front, and then Yolanda in the back. And we would go to another church. After church, I'd be churching all day. Been doing that all my life.
Yep, all your life.
All my life. And go to another church. And back then, it was no big deal. It's a big deal for people now, I get it. But it was no big deal. It was nothing to see him walk down Auburn Avenue, and wave at people. And, you know, everybody was doing something, appreciating freedom fighters and freedom everything. Everybody was involved in integration and trying to move forward and fighting racism, you know. So you didn't make a big hoot about who a person was, because everybody was doing something, you know. And I actually didn't know how big he was until the day of his funeral.
Really?
I didn't know, because it's like, if you paint a picture, you're in the picture.
Yeah.
You don't have an appreciation for it until you step outside it and you see the whole picture. You really don't. Yes. So you don't know, because it's part of your life, it's part of who you are. You know. So you have no idea of what's going on outside and how people view. So when he was assassinated, um, my mother and I was at home. I just come home. She, we were looking at TV. She said, "We got to get to the house." So we immediately went to Sunset, and we stayed at Sunset from the moment that happened that day until the morning of his funeral. I stayed with Yolanda the whole time.
Mm.
And we went to Daddy King's house. Yolanda and I left Sunset, went to Daddy King's house and stayed over there. Then we went back to Sunset because she had to get her hair done. And Mama did some shopping for some of the things that Yolanda wore and Bernice wore and our Coretta wore. And Mrs. Clayton did some of the shopping for some of the pieces of clothing. And then our Coretta said about 2 o'clock in the morning of the funeral, she said, "Y'all go home, get dressed, and I'm going to make sure you can get into the church." And I'm like, "Why she got to make sure we going to get into the church?" We said, "Oh, never had no problem getting into the church." I did not know. I was 15.
Mm.
We go home, take a little break, get ready to go to the church. We could walk to the church, but the church was not far. We start walking up towards the church on Jackson, and there were thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Yep.
I was like, "Where are these people come from?"
I
They
remember
were like
pictures.
microscopic ants.
Yeah.
Across the street from Old Ebenezer, historic Ebenezer, it was like just a hill, and like our new church is over there now, but before it was just land, it's a hill and grass and stuff. You couldn't see nothing but people. All up and down Auburn Avenue was just people. And I was like, "Oh my goodness." And we got to the door of the church. They let us on in because they had, well, we were members, and then they had instructions too. We went in, and I was like, "Oh my God." I'm thinking I'm going to a regular funeral. Even though at the house you had Harry Belafonte, you had oh my God, here I go to the all the
Muhammad
kids came,
Ali.
huh?
I say Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, all the people, the who's who that were part of the freedom movement was there in the house. And our career was walking around, being very hospitable and making sure, even though they were in and out the house, it never dawned on me.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we going to a regular funeral. And I get there, I was like, "Holy moly." So at the end of the funeral, we march into the Capitol. Alcaretta sends word to my mother because I'm looking forward to walking.
Right.
I want you to go to the house and be there and greet the people when they come. So we were pulled out of line and got to ride to the house, and stuff. So we didn't get to march. I was disappointed. But I was 15. I had to keep my mama safe. And of
Right.
course, our Corella said, "You just ain't, you don't have no choice."
Yeah.
But getting back to Dr. King and my experiences with him, before that, he took me to the last Southeastern Fair before they brought it back here in Georgia. I mean, there are just things that I did with him because I was a friend of his daughter and I was accompanying her. And he was very down to earth.
Mm.
He was down to earth and loved to laugh. Loved to laugh and tell jokes.
For real?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He was funny.
I
He was
would have
funny.
never thought him as a jokester because we always see him as serious.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we see him smiling a few pictures, but not a jokester.
Yeah. Yeah. He liked to tell jokes. He liked to laugh. He liked to have fun. You have your place when you are out here in this world.
You're
There's
right.
a time to laugh and there's a time to cry. And this is a time, there's a season for everything.
Right.
And when because he knew all the time that his life was on the line. He knew
Mm-hmm.
who was and what was after him. He knew on up to the day he was assassinated. And
Mm.
but in those intimate moments, he really enjoyed his intimate moments with his family. And they're very good kids. They were raised properly. Um, my mother was there helping to raise his children. She was there once in London. I got to be very close. She and Coretta got to be close, and she was there just about every day, all
Yeah.
up to 1990, and then she was still over there. And I'm talking about 1966, because I knew him approximately 2 years before he was assassinated. I was 15. My birthday turned 16 May 12th. He was assassinated April the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, and he told me at one of the, we went to drama. Our Coretta paid for, and Dr. King paid for my sister and I to attend drama with Yolanda. And the workshop that we went to, see, all this is just part of my history, girl. It wasn't nothing to me back then. It was Walter Roberts' workshop. Walter Roberts is the father of Eric and Julia Roberts. They were kids.
What?
Every
You
Saturday.
kidding me?
No, Julia was a hip baby. We carry her around on our hip. Eric was in high school with us, and that was my little brother. And we would go there to the workshop and do drama. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so, and it's just interesting. It's just really interesting how things unfold, you know. But yeah, yeah. So we would go there. We went to a Unitarian church one time to do a play. I think it was Noah's Ark. And at the end of the play, I walked out to the lobby, and Dr. King was sitting there, and a little boy, he had ushered a little boy over to sit on his lap. He didn't know him. And he just talked to the little boy. And I just kind of looked at him in amazement, how he just put that little boy in. And when he finished speaking with him, I was standing probably about 10 feet away from him. He looked at me, he said, Gail. I said, sir. He said, now, anytime you want to talk about anything, let me know. I said, yes, sir. And I'm like, how you asking me? Because I look at a certain kind of way, but I was just in awe, you know, of how he just interacted with this young child, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, just let me know. I said, okay, thank you, you know. And you know, it was just like little spurts of interactions, you know. No big thing. Like I said, he come home in the kitchen. I think he asked Yolanda, who do you like the best, your mama or your daddy?
A typical dad.
I was sitting there going, don't answer that.
Right.
That's a trap. But Yolanda was a free spirit. She was uninhibitable. And she didn't even think about it. She said, my daddy. And I was like,
Yeah, she's a daddy's girl, definitely.
I was like, are you mama's daddy right now? I was
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, I no way in the world on God's green earth would I ever say that in front of my mama. My head would still be in Japan somewhere. I'd be walking around looking for it. You know, especially if my mama was the one there with me all the time.
Yeah.
Oh no. She said, my daddy. And I was like, girl, are you serious? And Aunt Corella just smiled. She just took it in and just smiled. You know, she was cool with it. You
Yeah.
know, but my mama would have been like, who here with you every day?
As I said, she understand. Mama know she's
Yeah, Aunt Coretta was
most
real cool
girls
though.
are daddy's girls. Yep.
Yes, most definitely. So,
Most
you know, it was 2 years of a great experience, but I didn't learn and grow to appreciate it until later
yeah.
because you know, like I said, it was just no big deal to me. And actually, I didn't even on up to about maybe 10 years ago, 11 years ago, didn't understand how the world viewed the family. Just never paid any attention to it until I started personally taking care of the sister and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would hire CNAs to come and take care of them. And I watched how the people in the church, and these are new people, the old members, you know, they didn't pay
Yeah.
attention to that. But the new people coming in was like, oh, ooh, that's his sister. Ooh, ooh. You know, they all like, oh, honey. They put their drawers on the same way you do. One thing got that. Oh, man, really? But I didn't really see how people viewed him until really 10 years ago because I was out doing my life, doing my thing, you know,
Yeah.
and I was involved in the church and in the choir and stuff, but I would go home. I wasn't trying to hang up on it under nobody, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm my own person.
Right.
You know, and I got things going on. So
Mm-hmm.
but when I had to do what I had to do because God designed that for me to do, you know, God put us in certain places. He put you where you need. He put Dr. King here for a certain reason, and he brought him on home. He served his
Yeah.
purpose. You know, we all have a purpose to serve. I'm still here because he still has something else for me to do. You
Yeah.
know, and that's just the way I look at it. Sorry, my glasses are looking crazy. But we have a lot influx of new people who are very impressed with. And even if you are around them, they're impressed with who the people are that's around them. And I'm like, really?
Mm.
People, we all just human beings. We just human beings. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. Do you write a book about your cousin? Do you write a book about your best friend? This is like personal. I can
Right.
speak about it because I live it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
personal. That's
Right.
personal.
Yeah.
So everybody's money hungry and want
Yeah.
to get out there. And I don't need fame and fortune. I do need fortune. I do need some money. I gonna tell you, but no, I don't need to be famous. I'm not trying to do that. I had enough attention and spotlight shed on me growing up, and we didn't want it. But when you're your mama's child, you don't have no choice.
Yeah.
It's like other people, children growing up, and you're thrust into a situation that you may not want to be a part of, but you have no choice because your parents put you there and because of who they are. But my sister, now she did her own thing. You don't see her. Before she passed away, she stayed away from it
Mm-hmm.
and lived her life. Had got married, had her kids, and was like, "I'm doing me." I
Right.
hung up under my mother. My mother always pulled me in to go here, go there, and I was the one that was with her all the time. And of course, getting close to Aunt Coretta, which we all call her Aunt Coretta, but like I said, my sisters chose to not be there
Right.
because they wanted a different life. Life is about how you choose to make it.
Right. You
You
got it.
know, yeah.
So
So
I
it's
spoke about how people thought that the freedom fighters were getting paid. So I highlighted Bree's comment was saying how you spoke about how the community was close knit, like people would offer their homes for them to stay in and they would feed them. So I thank you for bringing that to light because I didn't even think about that. I just thought that they probably would raise money and get paid, but they weren't making money. It
no,
was the community pulling together their resources, taking care of their own.
exactly. Nowadays, yeah. Now, if you want someone to come and speak, they do ask for a stipend or something like that. Yes, and
Yeah.
rightfully so because you want to do that. You want to them to hear your voice and speak on issues. But if they get all these invitations and they can't go to a regular job, you can't make money. So that is one way of I'm sorry, I was reading the thing. That is one way of now if you want these people to come and there's not a whole lot of them left, yeah, you do need to pay a stipend. People want to still do things for free, die for free, don't have no insurance because you can't pay for it for free, but they don't want to pay for your time, which is
Right.
valuable. And it's not right. I mean, and I'm just gonna have to say this: we are our worst enemy.
Yeah.
We are our worst enemies. The other people understand it, and they will make sure you're taken care of. I have gone to places up in New York and New Jersey. People flown me up there, and they said, "We're gonna give you a stipend," and left with nothing.
Hmm.
And it's okay. I'll answer back again. you know,
Yeah.
um, I know everybody don't have money, but you shouldn't set yourself up like that. You know, I probably would have done it for free anyway, as long as you pay my travel and my lodging. But um, I don't know. We just have a different mindset. We just think that we're supposed to have people do things for free. They don't think beyond the fact that you are giving your time. You may have to go back to work, or you took off work to do what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, but no, back then, no, no. But now, yes. Appearances, speaking, engagement, and how long you want people to speak matters.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So my Renaissance grandma said, "You're famous for your garden, Miss Gail."
Yes, thank you. And I love being in my God. That is my zen. That is why I enjoy myself the most.
And Frugal Mama, we said, "Hey, Frugal Mama came in." My
Hey,
Renaissance
you
grandma
mama.
and CC Texas Garden made it in. So hello.
Wait, 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 wait. Is she out there, the guy with her shorts on? I hope you did a video because you better not be out there with them shorts on, them Daisy Dukes at that time. I'm gonna make y'all mad.
She a
Those people in
country
the
girl
South.
in
You go
shorts
out
and
there with them
boots.
shorts on, okay? I'm gonna look at your video. You better have a video for today, and you better have on some long pants. You and them snakes and rats out there in your car.
She out there. You know she out there because it's hot. It's 90-something degrees here, so I know it's hot in Texas.
Oh Lord. Oh
Mm.
Lord.
So
Mm-mm.
Breeze said he wasn't born yet, but his grandmother spoke of how Martin came to Hempstead, Long Island, when they named the street by him. So they changed that name. So his grandmother told him about that. And let's see, try to catch up. He said people act like it was so long ago, but here is our beloved auntie telling us the truth, how recent it really was. Yeah, because it seemed they make it seem like it was years and hundreds of years ago. It wasn't. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so let's see. Our next question we have, were there any particular moments or stories, you probably already told us, that stood out to you over the years, that you remember now that you got older, just one in particular about him?
Just when he read me and he told me, when you need to
Mm-hmm.
talk, come talk to me.
Yep.
And I thought it just came out of clear blue sky, but the man was a reader, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
that was really important. It stuck with me because at the time my mother and father were separated. Now I did see my dad. Yeah, he wasn't. We never knew where he was. But anyway, he was around. He would come around, and Dr. King knew that. So he was like, it's just popped out of clear blue sky. I never forgot that. And we were at the Southeastern Fair. He did something I didn't want him to do because I really loved Yolanda and was very protective of her. And it was a cold day. It was in January or February. They did the same year that he passed away. And we stopped at the little beverage stand and we sat down. Like I said, this was when he could sit down and people weren't coming in trying to talk to him because it wasn't no big thing back then. And he said, "What would you like to drink?" It was very, very cold. And so I said, "I would like a hot tea." I've always been a tea drinker from the time I was little. And Yolanda said, "I want a Coke."
Mm.
He said, "You should be like Miss Gail. You should be like Gail and order something hot." And I said, "Oh, don't say that to her," because I didn't want her to be mad at me. So,
Yeah.
and he laughed about it. And I was like, "Boy, you're going to get me in trouble with my friend." But yeah, those are the pretty much so highlighted times that it was special. I'm sure there were others that would come to me because we would have conversations in the car. I wasn't paying them no attention. I just
Yeah.
want to be out. Mm-hmm.
Look, my Renaissance grandma said that Cece was out in her garden with boots on and a fan on and her fan and the shorts.
So she did have the show.
She had shorts, boots, and a fan.
She
Cece,
in
you was out there
trouble.
dancing?
She in trouble.
Mm,
But at least she had some boots on just in case something decide to pop up and
right.
hang. Yeah.
Won't get bit by the snake.
Won't get
So
bit.
back to Dr. King and Auntie Coretta, as you affectionately call her. I am a love person. I love love. So how were they interacting with each other?
Very loving. She would just light up when he would come home. She
Oh,
loved that man, and he loved her. So I mean, I was over there not every hour of the day, but from what I witnessed, I never saw anything disparaging about him in their relationship. Um, she supported him 100%. She was behind him, and she was a cook. She was a cook.
mm.
And she's from Marion, Alabama. So she looked good, but she from Marion, Alabama. She knew how to work a garden and all that good stuff. So
Oh, what? They had a garden?
yeah, she grew up in Marion, Alabama. That's the country. It ain't the country, but it's the country. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So what's that CC said? I didn't really, Miss Gail. Calm down. Oh, I'm coming for you, CC. There ain't no way you're gonna get saved. And I'm gonna get the red phone and the extension cord. Okay, get ready. Just
Uh-oh.
bend
Not the
over.
red phone. They gonna be at your door, CC. The
I
men in the
told him not to
black
put
jacket.
them shorts on. No, but no. I hope Mama somewhere in the bushes listen. I know she is. She put the shorts on, Mama. We told her not to. Okay.
So Bree say you could see it in Coretta's eyes that she really loved Dr. King.
She
Yeah.
did. She
In
did.
every video, every picture I saw, I could see that. You could feel it. And especially the picture that the famous picture to me of her at the funeral sitting on the front seat. It's just like she loved him so much. She didn't look like she was heartbroken. She just looked like she was she was okay. She was at peace, but she was in love with that man.
Yes, she was. But they had been uh, drilled, and it had been explained possibilities to children if they knew, so they kind of been prepared just in case. And
Yeah.
she was a very strong woman, um, very very strong woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she endured a lot once he passed away. I won't detail too much on that, but you can only imagine that her
Right.
being who she was and people coming thinking that she would know what to do and want to tell her what to do. She endured a lot, but she was very smart and astute, intelligent, and
Yeah.
wise. And so all that got her through, on up to the day she died. She was very, very strong, and I looked up to her a lot. She's
Yeah.
like a mother, the other mother for every birthday, um, Valentine's Day, graduation, Christmas, Easter. I have all my cards from her, from 1966 on up to there.
Mm.
She never missed an occasion.
Wow.
Um, she was at my wedding and she was at my graduation, and my mother was at her daughter's wedding. I mean, it's family. This is extended family, you
Right.
know. So it's really no different than my personal blood family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very supportive of Bernice and what she's doing. She's my little sister, and Martin, those are the two who's left, and even down to Dr. King's daughter and their son Angela. With Angela most of the time, his niece Christine King Farris's daughter. You know, very protective. So
Yeah.
when people talk about writing books, they want to hear dirt and stuff like that. Even if I knew some, which I don't, and there isn't any, I wouldn't write it. I wouldn't do that. You know, this is family.
Yeah.
I don't talk about my bloodline, and I wouldn't talk about them. But I don't know anything to say anyway. But like I said, if I did, I wouldn't. You know, you have to look at what people have lost in their lives and take it from that standpoint. You know.
Mm-hmm. So it's amazing to me how present he could be in those moments despite what was going on. And then knowing that your life was going to end. And I'm pretty sure Coretta, he discussed it with her and she knew, but they were able to carry on and live their life and be present for their kids, their family, despite knowing that, things wasn't going to end the way that you would want them. I don't know if I could have did that. You got to be a special kind of person to
Yes.
continue to get up and continue to want to fight for people
Yes.
when you know you got to sacrifice your own self, literally.
Mm-hmm. She
That
she
is,
saw what he saw, envisioned what he envisioned, and believed in it, and that is what got her to where to do what she did. She didn't miss a beat. She didn't lay in the bed in the morning and cry. She didn't do that. I was there. She didn't do that.
yeah.
Immediately, she went to write the book.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's on My Life with Martin. That was the first one that she put out. In the forward of that book, she mentions my mother's name, those who were there to help her, Mrs. Brown. And that book is no longer in circulation. But she immediately went to work on the King Center so that his name would not be lost, his work would not be lost and forgotten. She immediately, when I say immediately, she immediately went to work on the
Mm-hmm.
King Center. Within like less than a week, she started working.
Wow. Yeah.
She didn't stop. She kept
Mm-hmm.
going.
He was
So
ready.
42 of this lady. This lady was made of some strong stuff. And she worked until up to she couldn't anymore, you know.
Mm.
So
Well, that is amazing, and I appreciate you sharing these stories with us, Miss Gill. I think that's all the questions I have. There's just one question in the chat that did you see it where Breeze was asking about a specific quote out of one of Martin's what
what
is
did it
this?
say? Read it for me.
So let's see. Oh, he said what Martin felt when he stated that he felt like he led his people into a burning house. What are your thoughts on that when he said that in his speech?
I've never given any thought to that part of the speech. I've never tried to dissect it. Um, there was a lot going on back then, and whether he led us and thought that he was leading us into a burning house, the house was still burning.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's just that it would um, totally not anything good, nothing good during that time would have happened had he not come along for independence, for integration, ending racism. You know, so I really have never dissected that part of what he said. You know,
Yeah.
paid any attention.
So he said, just like Medgar Evans, Martin knew that what was going to happen, but he still faced it no matter
Yes,
what.
yes, he did. He knew, and you can hear it in his voice last week. He knew.
Yeah.
Thank you, Breeze Omega. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You know, um, he knew, and but he did it anyway. He could have
Yeah.
turned around and left.
Not many people could do that. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
When you are deeply seated in what your cause is, you
Mm-hmm.
know if you turn around, a lot of things bad is going to happen, and not for you. You know, you have to know your calling from God.
Right.
And when God calls you to do something, if you look in the Bible about people who don't do what God tells them to do, what happens? And so you know your calling from God, and all of us, a lot of people don't know. They don't have an idea what their calling is. You don't come to them on the bus. My mama used to put us on the bus ride. You say, "Mama, we don't understand." She said, "I'm gonna put you on the bus." And when your time comes and you understand what I'm saying, you'll ring the bell to get off the bus. That's your stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I learned to put the children, my stepchildren, on the bus. I'll put you on the bus. And my stepdaughter, when she got to her third year of college, she called me and said, "Mom, I get it." But that was years later. So some things don't come to you until way later in life.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, but God gives you what he wants you to have. He
Right.
listen, you guys, to that voice that's very, very quiet. It's not gonna be loud, it's gonna be very quiet. And it's gonna speak to you over and over again. That's not talking to you, telling you what to do. It's not gonna be like the thunder you hear outside in the light. That's what people think they're gonna hear. No, when he's talking to you, it's gonna be quiet. Listen. That's him telling you what to do and what not to do. Learn to listen. Learn to listen.
Yeah. Small, does my mama say, a small, still voice.
There you go. He was right. A small still. And until you learn, go in your closet, go in the bed, or go bathroom, close the door. God's gonna talk to you. But you got to get that relationship with him. It's just you and him.
Yeah.
Establish that relationship with him. Then he will come and he will tell you what you need to know and direct your path. But
Yeah.
until then, you're gonna wander around like you're lost. Dr. King, God told him what to do. He knew what his calling was. He had a wife and 4 children, and he still put his neck out there, not for them, but yes, for them and us. That's why we owe him.
Yeah.
We owe God, Jesus, and him for what he gave up his life for us. And we saw it, and we heard it in his voice. How can you not hear it in his voice? He took him down.
Yeah.
So
We
when I
definitely.
see what's going on today and people not wanting to talk about civil rights, people not wanting to talk about what's going on in the world today, it hurts me. Because the only way we're going to cure and help overcome what's going on in the world today is to talk about it and to be made aware of it.
Yep.
You sitting up there sucking on a pacifier because you think you got your home and your nice car. Look at all these people who don't lost their jobs. They snatched their jobs right from under the same
Right.
day they went to work. They thought they had it made. They were not prepared for that. And they didn't look like us. They woke people. We have now overcome, which will be my last thing to y'all. We have now overcome. We've made a bilateral move. That's all we've done. And now that bilateral move is taking a step backwards. If you sit out there and think you have overcome and you don't have to worry about anything, you better worry every day. And that's what they did back in the 50s and the 60s and the 40s and the 30s. They did worry, but they took action. But they did action amongst themselves, and they didn't tell the whole world what they were doing. So
Right.
They get blocked.
Yeah.
Y'all talk too much.
That's the key. That's the key. We talk too much. We got to get on social media and tell everybody what we're doing and show
all
them.
your business. Tell everything. Tell everything.
Hey, the Blood Files, welcome in. PIA, welcome in. Thank y'all for coming.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we tell everything. But this thing is happening now as a reminder, I think, of what happened before. I've had a lot of people to say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that. That was a long time. I don't tell my children about what happened back then in the day. I don't." You better teach your children about the past so it doesn't repeat itself. It's repeating itself right now. At least it's trying to. Why would you not want them to know? The Jews teach their kids from beginning of time on up to now about their history. We need to keep our kids abreast of the history, our history.
Yeah.
Instead of buying them these tablets and letting that be the babysitter and all the bling bling and shaking with tails all over the place. How cute our kids are, so cute. They're so cute. Okay. What kind of job they gonna get? In the meantime, these other folks don't go to sleep. They stay up burning the midnight oil against us. All this stuff that's happening now did not happen all of a sudden out the clear blue sky. This is pre-planned.
Oh, yeah.
Because we up there sleeping. We take a break. We go to sleep. These other folks, I flew for 18 and a half years. Let me tell you something. When I saw people, Ebony and Jet, I always thought was just us. I'm on the plane walking through, and I see somebody reading the Ebony. I heard, what? Reading to learn about us. Reading to learn about us. But then we don't want to read those Horse and Tail or whatever the other magazine. We don't read to learn about other folks, but they read up on us. Our habits. If you know people's habits, you know how to bring them down.
Exactly.
You have to separate them.
Study your enemy. Study.
There you go. When I saw that person reading the Ebony, I was like, "What's this?" I've been flying 18 years, never seen no person that was not a color read an Ebony or Jet. Yeah, I always got the other one. House and Beautiful and all those stuff. I said, okay, that told me a story. That told me a story. So, everybody, I'm just saying we're living in some interesting times. Stay awake, stay woke, and stay home if you can. And that's going to be my final advice right there.
Yeah.
Too much is going on.
Too much. We thank you so much, Ms. Peachnut, for sharing all your information. You gave us a wealth of information, and you shed a whole lot of light on, the King family, and we appreciate you for opening up and coming and share it with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I sure enjoy your company.
You are so sweet. And thanks for being patient. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Look, they say good things come to those that way, so I feel good.
Ma'am.
I feel good.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet, Precious. Thank you so much. And
So
you guys,
yeah, go ahead.
No, you go on. I'm fine.
Oh, guys, make sure if you have not subscribed to Miss Georgia Peachnut channel, that you subscribe to her channel. Go over there and check her out. She do some good teaching on gardening. I'm talking about, we be talking about wanting to learn from our grandmothers and our aunties that ain't here no more. You got some that's still here right there and giving you the real uncut, and not just telling you, she's showing you. So go over there and learn. And if you got questions, her email is there. Email her, she'll answer you.
Yes, I will.
And
look, come to Ebenezer Baptist Church. I'm looking for you guys on this coming Sunday. We start service at 10 o'clock. I may be a little late, but I'll be there. Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. Come and visit us. I'm gonna find out who's there.
Do they live stream their services?
Huh?
Do they live stream their services?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's live stream. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Come and live stream. And I'll see. I'll check my phone while he's preaching and look down at my phone real quick.
Look, we're gonna put our chat, say, hey, Miss Peanut.
In the house, yes. Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate
No
you.
problem. Thank you for coming in, and we'll see you in these YouTube streets, Miss Gail.
Yes, you will, darling. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get something to eat. Okay, let me find out how to get out of here. Here we go. See y'all. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. I hope you learned some good information. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and I hope this filled your cup like it filled mine. I've been longing for years to just learn a different side of the story, and it just felt so good to hear it come from our elders. I felt like I was sitting next to one of my great grandmothers or my grandmothers or my aunties that's my real blood, and just listening to the family history. And so now I feel empowered, and I feel like I can go on because I see the strength of my people, and the same strength that was inside of them is inside of me. It's inside of you. Thank you, Breeze. Thank you. So you guys, thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you hit that like button and share out the live so that people can, get this information as well. And we will talk to you guys next time. If you haven't followed me on TikTok, go on over there and follow me on TikTok. It's under Bayou Sugar Garden. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers over there so I can start going live and doing the Sugar Shack over there. But that's all the announcements I have for you guys. Again, I appreciate your love and support. I'll see you guys in these YouTube streets. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Good night.